Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in, and we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sun.
Well, if you add
a terrific attitude, it makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. Taking a look at Sacramento. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And when you look at Sacramento, they haven't needed any time to find their footing this season. The guys gelled right away. The coaching staff has done a terrific job. It's been a dream start to the year for them.
Yeah, and you can tell they enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry amongst this group, and they've been having fun as they've gotten off to this good start.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Murray. Oliver is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Morant, and it's E in at the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Culver and Covington at the 2 and the 3. Karl Anthony Towns is out there at Mirotic, and it's Teague in at the point. Back to Adebayo. Here's Morant. Drops in the tray. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament part to determine the 6 through 10 seed. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. But there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Here's Towns. They shoot again. That shot off, so the Kings will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And winning that game the way they did with the incredible fourth quarter comeback wouldn't have left them feeling any better.
Yeah, it was definitely a gut check with W for them. I mean, they never gave up or gave in, even when things looked bad for them.
Here's Morant. And the rejection by Towns.
A tremendous shot blocker in college, Kevin. Towns has packed that part of his game and brought it with him to the next level.
And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
Takes it from 10. That kick out to T. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And let's review some numbers for Ja Morant. First in scoring, first in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense. And it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Minnesota making a switch here. Layman's checked in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Brunson, rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity, gone awry.
The shot by Layman, no good. The Kings trail by 3. Gibbs passes to Porter. Here's Leaf. It's stolen. Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix. The second effort, Hernangomez. And another shot, and Jones sends it back.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Reggie Jackson with the rebound. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Layman. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Jones sends it back. And he gets it back. They retain possession.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Here's Jackson. And Jones sends it back.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
How about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
Sacramento shooting their first free throw of the night here. Outside Jackson. Towns at the elbow. Looking to get it going. Excellent D that time from Jones.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Tie game in Minnesota. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
They've got Wiggins. Towns is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Hernangomez in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Let's take a look here at the Kings and how they're stacking up as this season ramps up right now.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Hernangomez. Culver comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Teagan for Reggie Jackson.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys, could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good. And Teague is just the player you want, drawing fouls and getting to the line. A solid free throw shooter.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
It's deflected. Second chance shot. Mirotic dishes to T. And it's Towns missing. The Kings leading. He kicks to Morant. Here's Oliver. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Morant. Banked in off the glass. Morant's got the lead up to 5 now for the Kings.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jeff Teague doing exactly what a point guard should do, setting up his guys nicely.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones, the late Terry Furlow, and Mike Mitchell, being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
And, you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
And it's blocked.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Adebayo, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. The Kings have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Jake Layman's checked in for Minnesota. Here's Culver. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Wide open look here for Murray. Kept alive by Sacramento. Now E. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Outside Mirotic. Pass to Culver. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Murray, good.
You know, Murray's game is about putting the ball on the floor, moving without it when he doesn't have it, and driving and keeping pressure on the defense.
Here's Culver, and it's Layman in the corner. And again, Minnesota will turn it over. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
And to lose it like they did, too. Wow, right at the end, man, makes it even tougher to take.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Mirotic. Wiggins comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Jackson in for Culver. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And Minnesota has possession. It's a 13-point game. And Towns throws it down.
Tremendous combination of power and finesse there. I mean, once Towns gets to the rim, it's a wrap.
Passes to Gibbs. Knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Timberwolves have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter. Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always
Cat has 7 points.
going to be a street quarter.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Wiggins.
An active player who just takes pride in his defense. Porter is solid at contesting shots with that reach.
And so it's Sacramento in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They really did some damage in the second quarter, and as things started clicking for them, they were able to get out to a 9-point lead by halftime. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this.
And
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot. Are you kidding me?
You see the quarter awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
And stolen by Murray from outside the arc. No good. Shot missing. Timberwolves trail by 11. Down low. And the dunk by Towns.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Morant kicks to Adebayo. To the paint. Here's Oliver. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. Covington wide open. He fires. Buries it from three-point range. Covington's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And, you know, whenever Covington is squaring up like that, he's money. Just an exceptional shooter with range for days.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Culver. Outside, Towns. And again, it's Minnesota converted.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
And as good as Morant's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
The Timberwolves have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Here's Murray. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Towns.
You know, they're not willing to give Murray any easy buckets here. D'ing him up as tight as they can, even if it means fouling.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Okogie's checked in. Now here's Teague. Defense is right there. He dishes it to Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And that's 13 points for Karl Anthony Towns. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Sacramento, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Guys, we haven't seen the type of numbers out of them at the line that we've come to expect, especially after last season.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. T.J. Leaf's checked in for Adebayo, and Porter subbed in for Oliver.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
Here's Morant, and the shot goes down. Morant's got 15.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Teague drives in, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. For Minnesota, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Wiggins is subbed in for Culver. Kings leading now by 5. The pass to Porter. Lets it go from 11. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Hernangomez has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Feeds to Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a moment to see numbers for Towns. 11th in rebounding, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. Layman, he's checked in for Minnesota. Jackson comes in for T.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Wiggins from outside. Kings leading now by 7. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Morant, he's checked in for the Kings. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pass to Winslow. Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Back to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And finished off by Hernangomez.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Morant. Minnesota with the rebound. Hernangomez has got 5 rebounds tonight. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And now just a 2-point Kings lead. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Jackson. And that one's good. Morant's got 17 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Here's Jackson. Here's Towns. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
The Kings have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Kings lead by 8. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
What do you want, bro? What do you want, bro?
Let's listen now to head coach Luke Walton review the game plan with his team.
Hey, great job on defense.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Timberwolves trail by 8.
Sacramento foul.
Here's Jackson. Over the off guard with Wiggins at the 3. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Mirotic. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. That one drops for him.
With anticipation and quick decision-making, Mirotic does damage on catch and shoot.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
The Kings making a switch here. He's checked in. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfect. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
And the decision-making proving to be outstanding. Culver just has a knack for taking advantage of the D in the open floor. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 6. No good that time.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game. Minnesota making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Hernan Gomez. Robert Covington comes in for Wiggins. And it's Teague in for Reggie Jackson. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Culver.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Here's Towns with the defensive effort.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
A nice shot by Culver.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Grant off target with his 3.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Here's Covington. Makes it off the glass. Now just a 2-point Kings lead.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Here's defended by Covington. He kicks to Morant. Murray for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, I tell you what, that's a sight for sore eyes to see Murray connecting from distance, because when he's doing that, it really opens things up for him because we know he can get to the basket.
And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Towns.
Man, how about the cool, calm collectedness of Towns? Helps him come through when the game gets snug.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
Let's see.
Count it. Good. Towns has got 14 points now in the second half.
You see the way Towns is able to extend over the defense? Just too long, too big to be guarded effectively, especially when he gets this deep.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
That's good from Morant. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside T. This is it to Towns. Trying to get open is Mirotic. Great positioning on the putback.
Good luck trying to keep Cat off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns loves mixing it up down low and getting after those second chances.
And here's Covington from the arc. They get it again. And Towns throws it down. What his job is, control the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Towns. The shot's good. Towns has got 27.
Absolutely amazing, Kevin. This young man is so money, and his teammates absolutely love it. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
To the inside. Money!
Boy, he scores in so many different ways. He's a huge matchup problem for any team. Towns can fill it up in a hurry.
For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And the rejection by Towns. For three, Covington. He goes up again. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just one.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
And the fearlessness Morant plays was making the defense uneasy, forcing them to give in.
On Hernan Gomez, who's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
And the Timberwolves call time. They trail by 3. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Tom deep, Hernan Gomez. It falls! A tremendous 3 to tie it up. They're on cloud 9.
That was a huge lift for this crowd.
Pass to Oliver. Here's E. Count it!
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. They're trailing by 3. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Outside, Covington. That's tipped, but they get it back. And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
We knocked him out.